All right, everyone, I have a mild proposition. I do not believe that the American people are stupid. There are stupid people in the world. Unfortunately, if you look at the average IQ, you gotta realize 50% of those people fall below that threshold. That being said, I believe that the American people fundamentally are good. Yes, I still believe in our American way. I still believe in the goals of our country. I genuinely do. Otherwise, I wouldn't have spent, the last, 15 years, or actually more than that, half of my lifespan making videos promoting it. I believe that the American people are fundamentally good and fundamentally intelligent individuals. So I can't envision Americans being taken in by the obvious vacuosity of the Kamala Harris campaign. Effectively, it's a combination of stealing Trump's homework, which is hilarious because it's like, hey, I stood against these policies, but now I'm all for them, and for some reason, I think that the American people are stupid enough to think that they're mine. A combination of that and vacuousness, that is hiding, effectively, in the literal sense. Harris has had a couple of interviews now. One presser, that's basically it, and the interviews are always on captive networks. I hope I'm right. I hope that I'm right that the American people will reject this nonsense, which is exactly what it is. The Kamala Harris campaign, in one word, can be summed up as nonsensical. We're going to get to Tim Walz later and his bizarre gaffe, actually, from the other day. Oh boy, was that, it reminded me of Joe Biden. Now, that should probably concern people. Kamala Harris stands for Biden's policies with a sprinkling of Trumpian policies that she claims to support but probably doesn't, and that's basically all you get. You end up with the first black female president, and you get nothing else out of it effectively. I would like to talk to the Kamala Harris voters who lurk on the channel. And I know that there are a few of them that do so, just to downvote the videos and stuff like that. And they're probably not even tuned in at this moment, but I'm going to address them directly anyway. If a person is running for office, they should probably tell you what they stand for. They should say it in their own words. Now, I know what Kamala Harris stands for. It's basically Biden's policies 90% of the time. And I get that. That's perfectly fine. I mean, I don't support those policies, but, that's what she stands for. But she hasn't bothered, because she thinks very lowly of you, to come out and actually tell you what she stands for, in most cases. I know exactly where she stands on everything, but you're probably like, well, I know a couple of planks in the platform or something like that. It's a really, really bizarre campaign so far, because we have a presidential candidate who never really goes out in front of the public, now does she? And we've only got a little over a month actually left in the campaign at large as well. I can't envision, in a million years, I can't bring myself to believe that the American public is dumb enough to elect this woman. I can't believe that the American public would be so taken in by bullshit that they would elect her. I simply can't bring myself to believe it. In the end, maybe I'm proven wrong. I have a feeling I'll be proven right. And I'm really, really hoping that I am because, I don't really want my taxes to go up and pay for more explosives to detonate around small children and orphanages in Yemen and things like that. I'm just not interested in it. It's not that's not my bag, that's not my style. I want to enjoy my life and grow lots of crops, unregulated of course, and, eat some hippie food and stuff like that. This is what the left used to stand for, by the way. Supposedly, at least on paper, the left stood for, if you're offended, turn it off. So free expression. We have the right to defend ourselves against state tyranny. Second Amendment. We have the right to read whatever books we want, and the government shouldn't be involved in this. This was a big thing back in the 2000s. They were trying to check library records to see if somebody read the Anarchist Cookbook or something like that. That's the Third Amendment. We have the right to a fair trial. What are they doing to Donald Trump right now? Well, I don't see a fair trial there. Women have rights. Women deserve to be recognized as what they are. That one has sort of gone the way of the dinosaur, you will notice. States have rights. This is what the left stood for back in the 1990s, into the 2000s, I suppose, into the Bush administration. They've completely forgotten their way. And supposedly they were kind of a libertarian movement at times. Honestly, to some younger people, you won't understand this. They were trying to do what was right. They're not trying to do what's right anymore. Instead of, hey, we stand against slavery, it's basically, hey, here's the new Jim Crow. We've just decided to invert the race that's being Jim Crowed. How is this helpful or progressive? How is this progress? How is it going to help our nation unite so that we can be strong? It's not going to. This is what Kamala Harris stands for. Basically, I stole some of Trump's homework, overlaid that over what Biden's been doing, which has been a massive failure. I sprinkled it with a little bit more welfare and much more idpol. We're going to be talking about fucking Janet Jackson later. Even she's getting Me Too'd basically right now on the racial bus for pointing out the fact that Kamala Harris is not of African descent. She's mainly of Indian descent. But the Democrats, of course, invented the concept of idpol under BIPOC. So they get a pass for that. Yeah, when you're going up against Janet Jackson, something might be wrong. I'm just saying that. Something might be wrong. I can't imagine that the American people are fucktarded enough to vote for this woman. She's not even telling you anything meaningful when she speaks. What policies has she actually iterated to you? Meaningful policies, like not just, hey, I think that we need to improve America. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Make America great again, basically. That's all right. How are you going to do that? What specific policies will you implement to make that happen? I don't have any, other than the ones that were borrowed from Donald Trump and the ones that won't work. I have nothing else to go on. As a political analyst, it makes me goddamn frenetic because I see people supporting this woman who is so completely vacuous in every way, shape, and form that she won't answer even the most basic questions, even when the person interviewing her, and this has been the case the entire time, even when the person interviewing her or questioning her in some way is completely captive to the administration, totally on board with her policies to begin with. Even then, she can't give a straight answer. We must reject her as a nation, re-elect Donald Trump. Is it going to be perfect? No. Will there be pain? Hell yeah, they're setting up the economy specifically for that purpose to have a little bit of a ticking time bomb. Will it be better than the alternative? Yeah, much better. Much better than the alternative. And I say that unequivocally and objectively. I do not agree with everything that Donald Trump has said. I don't agree with everything that he stands for. There are positions that he's taken that I've completely disagreed with. Black sites, bump stock bans, and so forth, Syrian air base. I could name a round dozen of them. I'm willing to criticize my leader, but that's the point. If Kamala Harris is elected, she's probably going to push to make it impossible to actually criticize the political leaders in the country altogether. Oh, no, that's not free speech. You're defaming me. It's disinformation. You're not allowed to say that. It's a big problem. That's about all. Peace out.